The night had always felt wrong to me. I didn't know why, but I hated the sound of the crickets, the way the shadows stretched along my bedroom walls, and how my body would grow heavy just after dinner, no matter how much I tried to stay awake. Every morning, I woke up with a pounding headache and clothes that never seemed to sit quite right, like I'd been moved in my sleep. Sometimes my hair would be tangled, my bedsheets rumpled beyond recognition. Mama would just smile her too bright smile and say, "You sleep like a rock, Oma. Nothing can wake you." At first, I believed her. She was my mother, after all. She raised me alone, struggling after Papa left when I was 6. I knew life had been hard on her, so when she came home with new dresses, shoes, or extra groceries, I told myself she was just managing better somehow. But deep down, something didn't add up. One Saturday afternoon, I walked into the kitchen and saw a thick wad of cash stuffed into the flour jar. Mama noticed me looking and laughed it off. "Savings," she said. But I had never seen her go to the bank. And then there was the gold bracelet, too fancy, too expensive, sitting on the counter one morning. I'd seen it before, on Mr. Kwame's wrist. Kwame was Mama's boyfriend. A man I had always found unsettling. He smiled too much, but his eyes never warmed. Whenever he visited, he'd look at me a little too long, his gaze lingering in a way that made my skin crawl. Mama would just laugh and say, "He's just friendly." One rainy night, the truth began to unravel. I had gone to bed early, feeling that same heavy wave of sleepiness. But when Mama came into my room, I woke just enough to feel her press something into my hand, a small, cold tablet. "It will help you sleep better," she whispered. I nodded, pretending to swallow it, but slipped it under my tongue. When she left, I spat it out, hiding it under my pillow. My heart was pounding. Minutes later, I heard voices, hushed, urgent whispers. Mama's voice, Annie's. The door opened slowly, and I froze, keeping my breathing steady, my eyelids barely cracked open. The dim light from the hallway spilled in, revealing Kwame's tall shadow behind her. He stepped inside. Mama stood at the doorway, arms crossed, not looking at me. I could hear their conversation in fragments. "She's ready," he asked. Mama's voice was quiet. "Just be quick. And leave the money on the table." In that moment, something inside me broke. The woman who had kissed my scraped knees, who had held me when I cried, was standing there, selling me to her boyfriend. Kwame approached my bed, and I fought the urge to scream, to run. My body trembled, but I kept still, praying he wouldn't realize I was awake. The smell of his cologne mixed with something sour filled the room as he reached for me. A car horn blared outside, startling him. Mama hissed something, and they both left the room quickly. I lay there, shaking, tears soaking my pillow. My mind raced. How many times had this happened before? How many nights had I been drugged, unaware? The next morning, I couldn't eat. Mama tried to make small talk, but I just stared at my plate. I thought of all the times I had defended her, all the times I had believed she was struggling to give me a better life. That afternoon, while she was out, I went to the police station. My voice trembled as I told the officer everything. I gave them the pill I'd hidden, described Kwame, explained the money. They listened. They believed me. Mama was arrested that same day. She didn't cry. She didn't plead. She just looked at me with a cold, sharp glare that said, "You've ruined everything." But I wasn't sorry. For the first time in years, I felt awake, truly awake. And I learned something I never forget. Sometimes, the people who claim to love you are the ones who will sell you piece by piece if you let them.